just so you know, the dark room and the bright screen really make that look dark. It's a totally dark picture. Well, do we use the screen for stuff during the ceremony? Okay. Right. But no, I'm just saying it's going to be the same thing during the ceremony as well. I mean, the screen's up, yes, and then the room's dark like this, yeah. Then you can take a look at it yourself.
Testing.
Maybe if I, what's the, like, where the kids would be, where the parents would be, maybe I
So
could
the
put.
kids are going to be in the center, and then they're going to come stand up on the stage.
Right, I'm wondering if maybe I put it somewhere else, where maybe that will, maybe I de-emphasize the screen, if I can put it in a spot where I'm just gonna focus on.
The stage and the kids, maybe.
Yeah, I'll play around with it.
Okay, thank you.
much to all of the families and friends that are joining us today for our Q3 Black Knight recognition ceremony. We're going to start by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, so please stand if you are able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning again. Coming together for our quarterly recognition ceremony as a school community to acknowledge the hard work, achievements, and growth of our students is always a special occasion. I would like to extend our gratitude to the families and friends joining us here today, both in person and on our live stream. Your presence is appreciated, and we truly appreciate your support, encouragement, and partnership throughout the school year. As I look out into this auditorium this morning, I am so proud of all of the hard work that we have accomplished together here at school, and I am so excited today to shine the spotlight on some of our friends who have done an exceptional job in Q3. The students that are receiving awards today are being recognized for demonstrating our character traits for the month of February and March. These character traits include empathy, kindness, and perseverance. In the month of February, we learned all about different ways to show kindness and empathy. This was especially highlighted during our Kindness Week. In March, we focused on perseverance and how to keep going despite challenges that we might face. These character traits and the other character traits that we have celebrated together this year are the building blocks of good character, and they're what make you a Black Knight. These students being recognized have demonstrated outstanding qualities that go beyond the classroom and help to make our school such a positive place to learn. So if your name is called today for our recognition, we're going to ask you to come down the aisle, go up the stairs, and come across the stage over here. Mrs. Trito will give you your certificate, and then I'm going to read all of the awesome things that your teacher said about you. And I would ask if you would just hold your applause until we get all of our students up here, and then I'll also give you a minute to snap some pictures if you'd like to do that as well. All right. So we are going to start today by recognizing our 3 pre-K. Miss Stanley would like to recognize Sebastian Maza for kindness. Mrs. Stanley says that Sebastian shows his kindness to teachers when he is a first-time listener. He is always quiet and respectful on the carpet during morning meeting. He is also kind to his friends when he helps them tidy up or put away toys at cleanup time. Mrs. Stanley would also like to recognize Adeline Van Zandt for perseverance and kindness. Mrs. Stanley says that Addie shows perseverance when she tries to climb onto the swing by herself. She always shows kindness when she offers to push her classmates on the swing. She often helps a fellow student steady the swing so they can climb on by themselves. Addie is both kind and perseverant. Can we have a big round of applause for our 3 pre-Ks? Can you guys smile nice and big? Nice job. Can you walk back over to Miss Tiffany? Okay, next we're going to recognize our UPK students. So these nominations come from Miss Andrews. She would first like to recognize Amelia Russell for kindness. Amelia shows kindness every day in pre-K. She will help her classmates and friends and is always compassionate if someone gets hurt. Amelia is just as kind and respectful to adults. You are a role model to all. Great job, Amelia. Ms. Andrews would also like to recognize Kyrie voice for kindness. Kyrie is a good friend and classmate to all in pre-K. He will be the first to come tell an adult if someone is in need. Kyrie is thoughtful and respectful. He is a shining star in pre-K. Way to go, Kyrie. Nice big round of applause for our youth today. Next up, we are going to recognize our kindergarten students. Mrs. Stolarczyk would like to recognize Harper Derrick for kindness. She says Harper is always kind and respectful to adults and classmates. When problem solving, Harper is sure to use kind words and good listening ears to help her friends. Keep being kind, Harper. Mrs. Stolarczyk would also like to recognize Eastlyn Stevens for kindness. Mrs. Stolarczyk says Eastlyn is silly, kind, and respectful to adults and peers. She never hesitates to include others that need a playmate or help in the classroom. Keep being you, East. Big round of applause for our kindergarten. Now we're going to recognize our first grade. Mrs. Kinter would like to start by recognizing Scarlett Garcia. Scarlett is being recognized for showing kindness. Scarlett is a new addition to our classroom. She is a kind student who always has a smile on her face. She is welcoming, follows the winter expectations, and is always ready to learn. Mrs. Kinter would also like to recognize Reagan Anderson for kindness and empathy. Reagan is kind to all. When someone is upset or in need or needs someone to talk to, she reaches out. Reagan uses her manners every day and is always ready to lend a helping hand. Ms. Andrus would like to recognize Bentley Kennedy for kindness. Bentley always shows kindness to everyone around him. He is always there to give anyone around him a helping hand. Thanks for being such a great helper, Bentley. Ms. Andrus would also like to recognize Natalie Gibbons for empathy and kindness. Natalie is a kind friend and classmate. She is always there for anyone who might be feeling down at any time of the day. Thanks for being such a great friend, Natalie. Big round of applause for our first grade. Say cheese. So next we are going to recognize students that are being recognized for their work in special area classes. So these come from our art, music, and phys ed teachers, as well as our AIS teachers, speech, OT, and STEM. So first we are going to recognize Dominic Teed. Dominic Teed is being recognized by Coach Poe for PE and for showing perseverance. Coach Poe says Dominic is always working his hardest in PE and he never gives up. For art, Ms. Saracino would like to recognize Michael Cotto for showing kindness. Michael is always kind to his classmates and to his teachers in school. Your smile and your giggles could light up a room. Thank you for being you, Michael. For music, Mr. Branyan would like to recognize Keelan Spencer for perseverance and kindness. Mr. Brannion says that Keelan has been demonstrating a strong work ethic, and I couldn't be more proud of the progress she has made. She leads by example and has shown kindness to all classmates by lending a helping hand, smiling at a classmate, and giving compliments to others. Mrs. Murphy would like to recognize Lincoln Skinner for kindness and empathy. She says that Lincoln is a kind student and a friend with one of the biggest and best smiles you have ever seen. He shows empathy towards others by asking how they are feeling or giving hugs to friends who are down. This shows thoughtfulness and compassion, which makes our school special. Makes our school community so special. Next up, Mrs. Stevens would like to recognize Lux Nipper for perseverance. Lux has been working incredibly hard as of late in the classroom. He has learned that there are expectations at school, even though things are tricky sometimes. We have to work to get through them. Keep working hard, Lux. Mrs. Munson would like to recognize Taylor Sprague for kindness. She says that Taylor is so kind and helpful to his peers and to adults. When he sees something that needs to be done, he does it without hesitation. He tries his best during every speech session and always has a smile on his face. Let's have a big round of applause for all of our special areas. Way to go, guys. Make your way right back down the stairs. Okay, now we're going to do our STEM Awards. So our first student being recognized is being recognized by Mr. Marcotte from coding class, and he would like to recognize Chase Quinn for kindness and empathy. Mr. Marcotte says Chase is encouraging to other engineers, helping the group to succeed at problem solving. Mr. Marcotte would also like to recognize Johnny Hyris for perseverance. Johnny is a problem solver and keeps trying even when problems are challenging or difficult. Miss Ashley would like to recognize Carson Quinn for perseverance. He's not here today? All right, well, I'm going to read what Miss Ashley said about him anyway, okay? Carson is a hard worker and he always tries his best, even when tasks are challenging. We'll make sure that Carson gets his certificate. And our final recognition is by Mr. Thompson, and this is for Kathleen Vanderwerf, but she's not here today either, so we will make sure that she gets her certificate as well. All right, big round of applause for our STEM winners. Nice job, boys. You can walk right down the stairs and back to your seat, okay? Clap, clap. Oh, clap. We have one more round of awards, and these come from our bus drivers. So we were a little delayed getting in here today because we did our bus safety drills. And so these students are showing exceptional safety as well as character traits on the school bus. So the first student that we would like to recognize is being recognized by Miss Molly on bus 281, and she would like to recognize Harper Derrick for kindness. Miss Molly says Harper always says good morning and please and thank you when riding the school bus. Miss Becca would like to recognize Amelia Russell for showing kindness. She says that Amelia is always kind to everyone when riding on the school bus. Mr. Brown would like to recognize Ahmed Ali Abdur-Rahim for kindness. Ahmed respects his fellow classmates on the bus and always helps everyone around him. Big round of applause for all of our transportation awards. Right, Ahmed, can you lead our friends back down the stairs? All right, well, they're making their way back to the seat. Can we get one more big round of applause for all of our award winners today? And that concludes our UPK for first grade award ceremony. Thank you for being a very lovely audience and for being such good friends and cheering for your classmates while they were being recognized. You did a really nice job. And thank you to all of the families and friends that joined us today. It's always nice to have you here, and we appreciate your continued support and look forward to seeing you soon. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a good day, everybody.
Down's back in class. You already saw them. You're gonna see Kate and let's go sit down, okay? Let's go find our seat. Which one is it? Where you go? Right here, yeah. Wow.
Mine's clearly not the bus somewhere. I like that's probably but they made it to school today.
did you go? All by yourself? You're gonna run into people. Lollipop, are you done with it? We'll find her. Where is she? Where's mommy? We already did. You already did, bud. Okay, can you summon it? Come over here. Come here, bud. Sure.
That's actually good. What's so
Good morning, Palmer pals. How are you today? Great. We are so excited to have you down here today for our Q3 recognition ceremony, our Black Knight recognition ceremony. It is with great pride that I welcome our family and friends joining us today. To get us started, I'd like to invite our student council up to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you are able. Thank you. Coming together to celebrate the accomplishments of our students, their hard work and achievements and growth is always a special occasion. I would like to extend our gratitude to the families and friends joining us today, both in person and on our live stream. Your presence is appreciated, and we truly appreciate your support, encouragement, and partnership throughout the school year. As I look out into this auditorium this morning, I'm so proud of all of the work that we've been able to accomplish so far together this year. And today we're going to have the opportunity to recognize some of our classmates and shine the spotlight on them for a little bit because of their achievements and efforts throughout the third quarter of the school year. The students that are receiving these awards today are being recognized for consistently demonstrating our character traits for the months of February and March. These character traits include empathy, kindness, and perseverance. In the month of February, we learned about different ways to show kindness to each other, both in school and outside of school, and this is especially highlighted during our Kindness Week. In March, we focused on perseverance and how to keep going despite challenges that we may face. These character traits and the others that we have celebrated this year not only make you the person who you are, but they make you a Windsor Black Knight. And we are excited to celebrate those that help to make our school a positive learning community today. If your name is called today, we're going to ask you to come down the aisle, up the stairs, and stand up here on the stage. Mrs. Trito will give you your certificate, and then I will read all of the things that your teachers have said about you. And then you're going to smile really big for a picture, okay? And if families and friends want to take pictures at that time, you're welcome to do that as well. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start by recognizing our second grade. Mrs. Caldwell would like to recognize Hadley Liddick for kindness. Hadley thinks of her fellow students and makes sure they feel included. I can rely on Hadley to be a supportive partner during her group classwork. She encourages classmates to do their best. Way to go by showing kindness. And Hadley is not here today, so we will make sure she gets her certificate. Mrs. Caldwell would also like to recognize Cole Hinman for perseverance. Cole has been working hard on persisting when tackling a difficult task. His work stamina has increased significantly from the beginning of the year. Way to show your can-do attitude. Mrs. Reeves would like to recognize Brantley McConnell for kindness and empathy. Brantley never hesitates to help out a friend in need or include a peer who needs a friend. He shows empathy towards others and tries to understand why they are feeling a certain way to help cheer them up. Mrs. Reeves would also like to recognize Ava von Wolfersdorf for perseverance. Ava has been working on problem solving. When a task may seem difficult, even if it is just asking for help, she continues to strive to push through an obstacle to achieve her goal. Big round of applause for our second graders. All right, nice job. Can you guys make your way right back down the stairs? You can give them one more big round of applause. Mrs. Briga says that Zoe enters our classroom with a compassionate heart each day. Zoe models kindness by helping others and using her manners wherever she goes. Mrs. Briga would also like to recognize Kaylee T. for perseverance. Mrs. Briga says that Kaylee never gives up, no matter the challenge. Kaylee has a positive attitude when it comes to work that may be difficult, and she meets every challenge with an open mind. Way to go, Kaylee. Mrs. Whiting would like to recognize Clara Hunter for kindness. She says that Clara goes above and beyond daily, showing kindness to her peers and teachers. She is always the first to lend a helping hand, say a kind word, give a heartfelt gift, or a note or picture to someone to show that she cares. The world is a better place with people like you in it, Clara. Mrs. Whiting would also like to recognize Clara Harvey for perseverance and kindness. Clara has a heart of gold. She makes notes for her teachers and classmates at home and at school to let them know she cares about them and that they are appreciated. She even keeps her cheerful disposition when faced with a challenge. She is willing to try different strategies when solving problems and won't give up or get too frustrated when something feels hard. Big round of applause for third grade. Okay, next up is our fourth grade. Mrs. Vanderwert would like to recognize Hermione Rogers-Lewis for empathy. Hermione is very thoughtful towards how other people are feeling. She goes out of her way to make others feel good, even creating little cards and gifts for her friends and teachers. Mrs. Vanderwert would also like to recognize Deacon Sherman for perseverance. She says that Deacon works his tail off and plows through when something is difficult. I admire his ability to persevere and use strategies to solve problems throughout the day. Mrs. Mary Williams would like to recognize Chris Brooks for perseverance. Chris shows his strength as a learner because he will never give up. He always puts in the effort to complete a task, even if it is hard. Chris never lets an obstacle get in the way of reaching his goal. Mrs. Mary Williams would also like to recognize Aurora Garcia for kindness. She says Aurora radiates kindness in her actions. She is always quick to give a good morning hug to brighten someone's day. I personally will never forget the heartfelt gift she gave me for my mother during a very difficult time. Thank you, Aurora. Big round of applause for our fourth grade. Fifth grade. Mrs. DeMarco would like to recognize Ethan Drake for kindness. Ethan consistently demonstrates manners by showing respect to his classmates and adults alike. He is always friendly and approachable, creating a warm environment for everyone in the classroom. Mrs. DeMarco would also like to recognize Mackenzie Kaye for kindness. Mackenzie consistently demonstrates exceptional kindness toward her peers. She is always ready with a helping hand and a friendly smile. Her manners and willingness to assist others make her a valued member of our classroom community. You can pause. Mrs. Lane would like to recognize Olivia Ham for empathy and kindness. Olive is always a kind and caring young lady. This month, when she saw a student was struggling to complete his independent work, Olive asked me if she could help him get through it during her recess time. Being able to recognize someone needs help is huge, but then offering your own time to help them is just incredible. Mrs. Lane would also like to recognize Brian Henley for perseverance. She says that Brian doesn't always have the easiest time producing writing. This year, he has pushed through all of the obstacles in his way and is able to independently produce gists, short responses, and essays that are neat and legible. Brian, you have grown so much academically and socially. It makes my heart happy. Big round of applause for our 5th grade. Nice job. You can make your way right back down the stairs. Okay, so now we are going to do our special areas awards. So these are for phys ed, art, music, and all kinds of other areas throughout our school. So we are going to start with PE. Coach Poe would like to recognize Owen Skinner for perseverance. Owen always works his hardest and never gives up. Way to go, Owen. Ms. Saracino for art would like to recognize Charles Dewey for kindness. Charlie is always so full of joy in art class and everywhere he goes. I love seeing Charlie smile coming down the hallway. He has a huge heart and is always kind to everyone around him. Mr. Brandian would like to recognize Tristan Nedza. He says that Tristan has been working incredibly hard in both music class and in band lessons. Each time Tristan encounters a challenge, he accepts it and does his very best. I admire Tristan's work ethic and his positive attitude each and every day. Mrs. Murphy would like to recognize Lily Sprague for perseverance. Lily has been working hard on persevering through tasks that are challenging for her, and she has been very successful. Lily has shown greater courage and determination when faced with an obstacle. In turn, Lily has made many personal achievements that she should be very proud of. We are proud of you and your hard work, Lily. Mrs. Stevens would like to recognize Gabe DeVoe for perseverance. And it's your birthday today. Gabe has been working hard to achieve his goals. Even when things have been a challenge for him lately, he has continually pushed through the hard stuff to get success at the end. Keep pushing yourself, Gabe. You are really accomplishing great things, and you should be so proud of yourself. Mrs. Abdullah would like to recognize Cole Hinman for perseverance. She says that Cole has been persevering as a reader. His hard work and diligence are starting to pay off as his reading is becoming better and better. Reading has not always been easy for Cole, but he has been a role model of grit and determination this year. Keep up the hard work, Cole. Mrs. LeClaire would like to recognize Tucker Shed for kindness. Tucker is always the first to help his group mates. He often displays kindness and consideration for others and does his best to encourage everyone in his group. Mrs. Trito would like to recognize Paxton Blazer for kindness. Paxton is the epitome of kindness. I always see him helping out others in need, whether it's a friend or someone he doesn't know that just needs a helping hand. He does it all with a smile on his face, and his kindness does not go unnoticed. Big round of applause for all of these award winners. Nice work, everybody. Next up are our STEM awards. So starting with science, Mrs. Calavoda would like to recognize Hunter Hoyt for kindness. Hunter is a joy to teach. He is always respectful and responsible. In science, he is curious and asks great questions. Hunter is kind to everyone every day. Mrs. Calavoda would also like to recognize Zoe Hill for kindness. Zoe's enthusiasm about learning in our STEM classes is contagious. She is kind and caring toward our staff and to her peers. Mrs. Mulcahy-LaChance would like to recognize Julian Rauscher for perseverance. Julian consistently demonstrates perseverance and resilience by never giving back, never sitting back when there is a difficult problem to work through. Many people give up because they don't know how close they are to success. Julian never gives up. Mrs. Mulcahy-LaChance would also like to recognize Ethan Drake for kindness. Ethan cares for those around him and wants good things for them. He speaks up when he sees or hears something that he doesn't think is right. Way to show great character, Ethan. Mr. Thompson would like to recognize Dominic Lippa for perseverance. He says that Dominic has worked hard and continues to persevere on his Code.org third grade course. Mr. Thompson would also like to recognize Brian Henley for perseverance. Brian has continued to work hard to complete his Code.org fifth grade course. Miss Ashley would like to recognize Owen Skinner for perseverance. Owen has demonstrated a strong work ethic and he is determined to complete his assigned coding course. Ms. Ashley would also like to recognize Aurora Garcia for perseverance. Aurora has a great work ethic and a can-do attitude. She perseveres through challenging coding puzzle sets and is always willing to help her peers. Big round of applause for our STEM area award. these are students that are recognized by their bus drivers for being safe on the bus, and in addition to following the character traits of the month. So the first person that we are going to recognize is from bus 281. Miss Molly would like to recognize Cadence Kennedy for kindness. Cadence is always willing to help with the younger kids on the school bus. Miss Becca on bus 301 would like to recognize Emma Shea for kindness. Miss Becca says that Emma is always willing to help when needed. Mr. Brown would like to recognize Gabriel DeVoe for kindness. Gabe always has the willingness to help whomever is around him, especially when he's riding on the school bus. Mr. Chuck on bus 302 would like to recognize Carson Terrell for kindness. He says that Carson is always willing to help out with the younger students on the school bus. Mr. Chuck would also like to recognize Leela Murray for kindness. He says that Leela is very polite and always follows the rules and expectations on the bus. Big round of applause for all of our transportation recognition. All right, and while they're returning to their seat, can we have one more big round of applause for all of our recognitions today? So before we end our ceremony, I just want to say, thank you to all of our families and friends for being here today. We appreciate your support, and we love being able to have you here as part of the ceremony. I also want to say thank you to all of you and the pride and the respect that you showed to the people that were recognized here today. So whether you were recognized today, you were recognized in another ceremony, or maybe you haven't been recognized yet, you're still an important part of what makes our school so special and keeps it a positive place to learn and to grow. So I am very proud of all of you. I'm especially proud of the people that showed those character traits for this month. Your teachers are proud of you, your friends are proud of you, your family is proud of you. Keep up the good work, and I will see you back here for the last quarter recognition ceremony in June. Have a great day. Thanks everyone for coming. Take care.